And now the amount of kids failing across our country literally skyrocketing. Numbers we have never seen before. At CPAC, I spoke with the National Director of the Freedom Foundation, Aaron Withe, who's urging kids to get back in the classroom now, and he's actually doing something about fighting back against these all-and-mighty, powerful union leaders.
What we do at the Freedom Foundation is we fight to help public employees get out of their unions. So we run a campaign to inform and educate every single public employee in the country and let them know that they can opt out of their union and stop paying union dues. As you know, government unions in particular, they spend billions of dollars to get liberal politicians elected into office. They take this money from teachers and other public employees and funnel it into political campaigns. They don't know they can leave, so the Freedom Foundation goes out, tells them they can get out of these unions, and we do a pretty good job at it.
Do you have any numbers to date? How many Americans have you convinced that being in that union wasn't in their best interest? And the money is just pretty much going, let's be real, to the top echelon, the boys and girls in charge, and then the rest of it, you said, are giving away to elected leaders most every time on the left.
Yeah, so we've helped 85,000 people opt out of their unions, and that's been so far on the West Coast. We're now expanding across the country east. We just opened offices in Ohio and Pennsylvania, and there are other states that we're expanding into this year. The bottom line is our success on the West Coast has taught us we know how to get people out of unions, but people don't know. It takes the Freedom Foundation to go out and tell them they can leave unions for them to actually know that they can do it and how to do it. So that's why we're expanding east, and our goal is to get 40 to 50% of the country's public employees out of unions.
Let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room. Families, mom, dads like myself, want our kids back in the classroom. We've seen it now time and time again over the last few months from massive unions like Clark County in Las Vegas, the big one in Chicago, Los Angeles now, where they're literally threatening and using the power of the union to extort more money. They're putting it under the guise of we're protecting our teachers from COVID, but tell my viewers the reality of what these union bosses are doing, because I feel like you do have some teachers out there that are concerned about their health. And they're in the middle being used as pawns by the folks that run the union they're a part of.
Yeah. Teachers' unions, in my opinion, are taking our kids' education hostage and using it to pursue a political agenda. And it's the real losers here are the kids. I mean, you look at all the data. Our kids aren't learning. Our kids' mental health is going completely down. My wife's a public school teacher. This online learning does not work for these kids. And teachers' unions, what they want to do is they want to do things like defund the police. They're looking to do all this stuff as part of the COVID package. And I understand some teachers have legitimate health concerns, but it's not a one-size-fits-all model for these teachers and these kids. There's got to be ways where it's not they're either completely online or they're completely in the classroom all the time. There has to be a middle ground here so that we can actually benefit our kids' education. There's no way that we should have first and second graders that have only been in school for like 12 months in their lifetimes. You know, we have to get these kids back into school.
Final question, if we've got people out there that are in unions, they're wanting information, they're scared to even talk about it, what should they do?
Optouttoday.com. We have a dedicated website to help every public employee in the country to get out of their unions. I'd recommend going there, and if they have further issues, we have a team of attorneys that sue unions all day on behalf of public employees. So we exist to help public employees. That's what we do, and if anybody has any questions, they should certainly reach out to us.